All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. We are going to do a reaction tonight of, let's see, this is a Basketball Universe video. And this one's called The Curious Case of Kevin Garnett and the 2005 Minnesota Timberwolves. And this one just stuck out like a sore thumb for me because, I mean, okay. The Latrell Sprewells, Sam Cassell, and Kevin Garnett, Minnesota Timberwolves. Man, I really thought those guys were going to win a championship. And it didn't happen out there. And then you guys know the rest of it. KG went to Boston and he won a ring out there and all that. But a lot of people don't remember Prime KG. So I wanted to check this video out with you guys and see what it's all about. Kind of take a trip down memory lane. So check out Basketball Universe if you haven't yet. It's a really cool channel. And if you can do me a real big solid right here at the beginning of the video and shoot me a like, that would really help the video perform and get out there to more people so I can make more videos like this. All right, here we go.
Games. They went from reaching the Western Conference Finals to missing the playoffs.
Hold up. That's cool when the video starts at like 10 seconds in. Here we go.
The Minnesota Timberwolves went from being the #1 seed in the West in 2004 to the 9th seed. They went from winning 58 games to winning only 44 games. They went from reaching the Western Conference Finals to missing the playoffs. This was the same team that had the defending league MVP, Kevin Garnett. He played all 82 games.
Oh, I forgot he got an MVP. Well deserved, too.
In 2005. Latrell Sprewell played 80 games. Yep. Wally Szczerbiak played 81 games.
Whoa, Wally Szczerbiak. Throwback, man. Crazy.
And Sam Cassell played 59 games.
Alien head.
So the question...
The original big balls guy.
Question is, what on earth happened to this team? How can a team with nearly the exact same roster fall off so drastically?
Yeah.
The easy answer would be that this team was suffering from injuries from key players. Although their situation was a little more complicated, it's worth noting some of the injuries. For example,
yeah, a couple things I do remember. That was like a little clip of Latrell Sprewell about to kill his coach, if I'm not mistaken. Like literally about to kill, like murder, death, kill his coach. And then another flashback I always have in my head. One is Sam Cassell smiling, but two, because he was injured, he had to keep his body warm. Whenever he wasn't in the game, he was on the bench, but he wasn't sitting. He was on an exercise bike, keeping his body warm.
It was reported that Kevin Garnett had to play through knee tendonitis all season long.
Knee tendonitis. Was that Kevin Garnett?
Knee tendonitis all season long. Garnett had to play through knee tendonitis all season long.
Damn.
Then there was the injury that Sam Cassell had.
I think it's back.
This one brought the most damage to the team. You could say that he was their most important piece other than Garnett.
Yo, for sure.
He was such an underrated playmaker and one of the most efficient scoring point guards in the game. There was a reason why he finished with the 4th highest win shares and 8th highest value over replacement player rating in 2004. But in the following year, he missed 23 games due to a hamstring injury that he couldn't shake off. Without him running the offense, they went 12-11 in his absence.
That's crazy. Hamstring. I never heard of a hamstring injury not going away, especially a professional athlete with that kind of medical staff. How did a hamstring keep him out?
That all played a big part, but that still leaves a few questions on how they couldn't at least make the playoffs after having such a successful season. So in order to get to the bottom of this, we have to figure out what made the 2004 Wolves so dominant. There's no question that the first thing that we think of when discussing that team was the season that Kevin Garnett had, and it was one for the ages. In my opinion, it was the greatest that we've ever seen from a power forward. He became only the second player to average over 24 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 blocks in a season. The other player who recorded those incredible all-around numbers was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oops.
He would have been a great candidate to win both the MVP and Defensive Player of the Year awards in the same season.
Oh, man. It could have happened. It probably should have happened. Yeah, you guys are getting a little taste of it right now. So if you had no idea who KG was before Boston, he was looking like one of the greatest players of all time.
He was that good on both ends of the floor.
Yep.
Can we put some of the blame on him? Did he have an off year? He didn't. You could even say that this was a continuation of his legendary season. From an individual standpoint, he produced the second highest rebounds per game, assists per game, win shares, offensive win shares, value over replacement player rating, box plus minus,
Damn, look at that footwork,
offensive box plus minus, and PER of his career. The majority of those stats were behind his 2004
taking it to my sons in these clips, man. Damn, KG.
campaign. I would say that he was the main reason why this team was in contention for the playoffs. But despite his strong play, they went through a period where they went 2-9, and then they went through a 6-game losing streak before the All-Star break. So if KG's not to blame, then who was? A lot of analysts were blaming head coach Flip Saunders.
Oh yeah, Flip. Flip was their coach. Damn, dude.
For making some confounding decisions. He used 12 different starting lineups.
Wow.
And he baffled his players with some of his substitution patterns. This was all in an effort to light a fire in his team. However, he was unable to motivate his players to play with the same energy and passion that made them one of the best defensive teams in 2004.
There's Matrix.
That was the one constant that I got from all the post-game interviews that the coaches and players would partake in. They complained a lot about the lack of energy that they were playing with. Although they improved offensively from the previous year, their 6th rated defense in 2004 gave away to a mediocre 17th rated unit in 2005. In that era of basketball, you weren't going to be successful with an average defense.
Yeah.
They were either content, careless, or just plain lazy.
Yeah, this is what drove him out too. Because he was in his prime and he was balling out on both ends of the court. But offensively they struggled, and defensively, yeah, not so great.
They thought Garnett's greatness on defense was good enough to win games. It seems that the biggest difference was their mentality. We all know that KG was hungry for that championship.
Yep.
But he couldn't pass that on to everyone else. From the outside looking in, it seems like the reason why some of the players weren't playing with that same level of intensity was because they weren't happy with their contract situation. We know this because both Sam Cassell and Latrell Sprewell complained in training camp about not getting contract extensions.
Yeah, and KG was getting big time money. I believe he had the biggest contract of all time at that point. Latrell Sprewell was way out of line, though. Let's see if he gets into this.
But the owner of the Wolves, Glenn Taylor, refused to pay them. In fact, he even went as far as to say that the Cassell-Sprewell experiment was a failure.
Damn. I mean, I don't agree with that. I think the experiment was a hell of a success. But Sprewell, dude, I remember him going out pretty bad. Like, it was not a good look. He was asking for incredibly high dollar. And then, if I'm not mistaken, no one gave it to him. Sam Cassell, I don't remember that being an issue, but apparently it was too.
He also accused Cassell of being a distraction on the team. This all sounds
Big
like
balls.
the Wolves were suffering from the disease of more. It was as if the previous year's success meant they deserved to be compensated even further. Flip Saunders was unable to help his team get on the same page, and it cost him his job. After 51 games, he was replaced by Celtics legend Kevin McHale. Nothing was going right for this team.
Kevin was the president? Is that what he just said? I think it's what he said.
It didn't help matters that they were playing in an extremely competitive Western Conference
Baby Dirk.
that featured 6 50-win teams. You needed to be at the top of your game on a nightly basis if you wanted to survive in that conference, and it seemed like they were dragging their feet. It's amazing how quickly their championship window closed. Kevin Garnett really only had one chance to deliver a title to Minnesota.
Yeah, 1 year.
As bad as I felt for him, I don't believe he should be let completely off the hook. The way their season ended described perfectly the conundrum that existed with Kevin Garnett in the early 2000s. No one denied how much passion he played with.
Oh, he's Garnett.
But it seemed like he didn't have
Look at that. How do you stay focused when you got that right in your eyes? Well, how do you stay focused, man? Man, poor Nash. I'd be terrified. I'd be terrified that this guy's going to eat me, man. He looks fucking hungry, pissed off. Fucking KG.
with. But it seemed like he didn't have enough in the tank to close out important games. We saw it time and time again in the postseason, and we were seeing it again here. For example, with 6 games left in the regular season, they lost a crucial game to the Atlanta Hawks. This is the same team that won only 13 games for the year. I was actually at the building for this game.
Wow.
And I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw Tyronn Lue, of all people, deliver the Wolves their most crushing defeat of the season. He scored 14 points in the fourth quarter. I simply couldn't believe my eyes.
Man, he looks so
he
different.
came up big, while KG only had 1 field goal in the final period. 3 games later, they lose by 15 points on their home floor against the Seattle Supersonics. What makes those 2 defeats even worse is that they were only 1 game back from the 8th seed.
Wow.
It was a perfect representation of such a disappointing season. So much promise, so much hope, but for reasons that had little to do with basketball, they imploded in front of the whole NBA world. This ended up being the beginning of the end of the Kevin Garnett era of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, they gave up. They just gave up.
Now I turn it over to you all. What do you remember the most from the 2005 Wolves? What do you think was the main reason why they couldn't duplicate their success from the 2004 season? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.
I mean, I think he covered it pretty well. The only thing I remember very clearly that he didn't cover was the Sam Cassell on the bike thing. And I'm kind of surprised. I guess that was from a hamstring. I thought it was from a back injury, but it sounds like it was from a hamstring injury. But yeah, it was so short-lived, guys. For those of you who don't remember, it lasted a year. For a year, they looked like the next team. Like they could be a dynasty. And then they fell off the map within 1 season. It was crazy. So most people don't know how good Minnesota was for 1 year and why it was such a big deal when KG went to Boston, because that lit a fire in his ass again, and he played fantastic over there. But it was finally an opportunity for KG to win. And I don't know anybody who's ever talked trash about KG winning a ring, because that dude earned it. He deserved even more than one, but I'm really glad he got that one, because I mean the guy played his heart out. Anyways, comment down below what you guys and gals remember about this era. Yeah, let's share some KG stories down below. Let's talk it out. Shoot me a like if you haven't. I'd really appreciate that. It'll help this video get out there. And subscribe to the channel if you like the content. I'll have another video out real soon. And yeah, check out Basketball Universe if you haven't. Links down below. Peace out, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.